Alrighty, so a little while back, somebody on this channel commented asking for my opinion on people who consider themselves to be First Amendment auditors and people who walk around and film the police. I told them that I would make a video in response to that, and that's what's going to happen today. The reason I'm doing that today is because the video that was posted on the Columbus Police Body Camera YouTube channel, the comment section of that video is the perfect illustration of how I should respond to that. So if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to play it a little bit for you here. This is a video where officers were driving by a park, and there was a man named Corey who was jumping up and down, waving his middle finger at the officers. The officers looked at each other and said, "Hey, there's nothing holding. Let's go talk to that guy." And that's what they did. The comment section is hilarious. There are so many people just going down there, yelling and screaming, typing in all caps, that middle finger is covered by the First Amendment. You're harassing him. You're violating his rights. One of my absolute favorite comments was, cop is triggered and has to harass innocent person. Stuff is hilarious. Yes, using the middle finger is covered by the First Amendment. Yelling F the police is covered by the First Amendment. Yelling F12 is covered by the First Amendment. You know what else is covered under the First and Fourth Amendment? Is that if you're standing in a public place and a police officer wants to talk to you, he's allowed to walk up to you and talk to you. That stuff is all perfectly legal, and there's no violating rights. There's no harassing. This is just normal police-citizen interaction. So I'm going to play the first part of the video here. This is when the officers first approached the male.
That's not Corey, is it? What's his name? Hey man, did you need some help with something? Oh, you don't? Oh, you look like you were flagging us down. You're like, hey, come here and help me. Why would you do that?
Because I like cops.
You don't?
They take me to jail and shit. So.
Oh, what do you usually do to go to jail?
Just smack cars and stuff. You know?
Why would you do that? That's kind of a silly thing. Yeah. Are you?
Coming over here?
What's your? Is it Corey? Is that your name? Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
I've taken you to the hospital before.
Yeah, I just went last night.
Are you?
Alrighty, so that's the beginning of the interaction, and that's what happens through most of the interaction. The officers did not violate this man's rights. They did not run up to him, put him in handcuffs, slam him on the ground. They never charged him with a crime. They never accused him of a crime. They did not position themselves one in front and one behind. They never told him that he wasn't free to go. They never even made him move. The officers were in a public place, as was this individual, and they chose to talk to him. There's nothing illegal about that. I also, from watching that interaction, did it sound like the officer was triggered? The voice might sound familiar. You let me know if you think that officer was triggered by this interaction. What else was there? Oh, there was also a comment. Somebody was very angry. It was a very angry little person who probably lives in his mom's basement and believes in socialism because his little YouTube icon thing was like a hammer and sickle. That's what you put as your emblem if you're a really tough guy and that you believe in freedoms of the United States. You try to emulate the Soviets. That's really how you protect people's rights, by emulating Soviet Russia, because they're well known for protecting people's rights. Anyway, I digress. So he was angry and replying to a lot of people, and one of the things he said is, if you really want to help and you want to do something, get out there and film those cops. Which brings me kind of back to where I started. These First Amendment auditors and people who want to film the police. They're douchebags. I can't stand them. The reason being, they're not out there protecting anybody. They're not out there trying to protect the citizens from bad cops. I've worked as a police officer for over 10 years now. I've been in the inner city the entire time. I've been filmed probably thousands of times. I don't care. As long as you don't get in my way, you can film all you want. The problem is, a lot of these guys will, they'll film, and then they'll make sure they see you filming. They'll like get in front of you with their little camera. And if you don't react to them, they will do something else. And they'll keep doing things to try to provoke the officers into some kind of reaction. You know, they'll push closer to the tape, or they'll start making demands for information. Like, I want to know that guy's name. I want to do that. Well, guess what, Mr. First Amendment auditor? That's not within your rights. You don't get to know all that information. You don't get to show up on my scenes and tell me what to do. That's where you go from being a regular citizen who is using his First Amendment rights to film the police. That's where that goes from you using your rights to you becoming a douchebag. There's really no other way to describe it. You're just an annoying little pest that does nothing to help society, and nobody likes you except for the other basement-dwelling nerds who do the same thing that you do. So those are my thoughts for today on First Amendment auditors, as well as my thoughts on the First Amendment and police-citizen interactions. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.